I was going in for big movie, Milk. I went in for as we know, Kelvin Yu got the role that I auditioned for, and no, I like him. He's 10 years older than me. He earns that kind of cred. He's someone that I always looked up to because 10 years ago when I was like 12 watching him on TV, I was like, wait a minute, who was that waiter that walked by? Because he was Asian and he was just playing all these bit roles on TV, and I was like, that's someone that I can relate to. It's like my dad. Whenever we watch CBS Evening News because Connie Chung used to be the co-anchor, and we watch Ally McBeal, this white little anorexic skinny lawyer wearing short shorts. We watched season 3 till the end because Lucy Liu was on it, and that's just how it was. Oh, Asian, like that was my dad, because you just don't see people like us, and I think that's the reason why they also discouraged me from going into the business in the first place. But I didn't want to do anything else. I still don't want to do anything else. I feel like when you have no options, and you might as well you might as well pursue where your heart takes you.
Of course.
So
if you have passion for something,
yeah,
you'll put 110% into it.
and this is for anything. It's not just but I feel like so many Asians are molded into that box category of working professional, whether it's like lawyer, doctor, concert, whatever. But what they won't tell you is that they love the hell out of Jet Li and Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Lucy Liu, but they would never encourage their kid to go into a career like that, but they love them once they're in there. And ironically, as soon as I started booking, for Blue Bloods, I guest starred, but I played a gay hairdresser that kills himself. And my parents are like, oh, good job. I'm like, really? Really? But it was something apparently they could brag about, and so sure, let them have
That's
their day.
because,
Yeah.
well,
My agent sent me a text. He was like, "I need to talk to you." And at this point, I had been signed with him for 3 years, and I hadn't booked anything. That just literally, this was like 7 o'clock that night. 5 o'clock was my appointment for Law and Order SVU. 1 line, 2 scenes. How did that work out? I have no idea. But he just said, "I need to talk to you," and I was with my roommate. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get dropped," because it was the new year. It was January, and contracts are rolling over. I was like, so I'm nervous as hell. I pick up the phone. I was like, "Hey." He goes, "Hey, baby, guess what? Okay, so listen." And he slows down. He's really high energy. He was like, "So we've been together for a really long time." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "And I need you to know that as much as I care about you and respect you, I got you your first TV job." And I was like, "What?" Just to confirm. And I was like, "Excuse," and he goes, "You're going to be on Law and Order." I was like, "I got it?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got Law and Order?" And then it was, he was like, "All right, I'm in the cab. I'm gonna get the details to you later." Click. And I was like, What?" And then it was just like the next 2 days, the details came in. He was, and then I got a call from because then the costume department calls you, the DP calls you. He's like, "I need your social security number." And then he was like, "Here are the details, and here's your shoot date." So I think my audition was like on a Tuesday. I got contacted maybe on a Thursday by production. Then I was on set on Saturday, in a dressing room right next to, because all the dressing rooms are in the same space. So Mariska Hargitay, Christine Lottie, Deborah Messing, Ice-T. I shit my pants. Yeah, a month later, I booked Blue Bloods. And then based off of those, people don't realize, the longevity that you have with these credits, because, the way that your manager can sell you is like, "Oh, well, Hank Chen just booked X, Y, and Z." And then you shoot, and they're like, "Hank Chen is currently filming X, Y, and Z." And then afterwards, they can be like, "Hank Chen just finished shooting X, Y, and Z." And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, Hank Chen's episode of blah, blah, blah is about to air." So, the life, the time span of a booking can carry you through for a long time. And it was perfect for me because January and February is pilot season. So I got into all of the networks, and I'd been building those relationships for about 4 years, but I made the rounds: Fox, CBS, ABC, HBO, and got seen and got a few callbacks and just worked my way through there. And then and it's just something that sort of work begets work. It's very true. And I think at that point you walk through the door and you don't feel like a fraud anymore. I think really being part of the Law and Order club is just kind of like, okay, I'm legit, and then you can just, a lot of people get their start on Law and Order, and it's an honor that I was able to have. Yeah, currently, in fact, all of this month, I'm on a Verizon 4G LTE campaign, so that it's online, and it's a thing where we go to different cities and we just test out the 4G network. It's an ongoing thing. We shot a bunch in the fall, and some spots were released, and right now, every single day, this is July 2012, every single day. If you go on VerizonWireless.com/4GLTE or VerizonInsider.com, you can see a new spot get released every single day. I believe 30 or so. And it's great because my parents work for Verizon. I have a Verizon phone, and they happen to hire me. And that was actually funny that you talk about YouTube. I actually got that job because someone saw a video of me doing Man on the Street. I went down to City Hall last year interviewing newly married husbands, and brides, the gay
They're like,
marriage
oh
thing.
my God, Verizon.
No, no, they saw what I was doing. They were like, "Oh, we think you'd be a good host for this campaign." And so I sat down and I took a meeting, and I sort of helped them figure out this campaign. And then because of the YouTube channel, I was contacted by another producer who is working on a project for a network, also with regards to kind of the hosting thing. And then in between, I'm still auditioning, getting seen for TV and film. So we'll hope that something else sticks and something else primetime comes on, so I can gain a little bit more respect from you. Yours truly, this one right here.